Well, it's election day. By tonight, we'll know what the story is, and I do think we'll know tonight. I don't think we'll have to wait for the runoffs. I think the Republicans are, as I said yesterday in my video, very likely to win the Senate, and most likely pick up 7 or even 8 seats net. But it's important to realize that off-year election polling is almost always wrong, and almost always wrong in the same direction. It almost always understates the Democratic vote or the Republican vote by 1, 2, or 3 points, because a mood takes hold of the country and generates a turnout that is really not mirrored in the polling. In the polling, all you can do is ask someone, are you likely to vote or not? And if they say yes, you have to kind of take them at their word. But that yes doesn't always translate into a vote, particularly in bad weather and particularly with a lack of enthusiasm on one side or the other. Now this year, all of the indications are that the polls will become, that the results will be more Republican than the polling has indicated. Obama has only a 9% enthusiasm level, suffering tremendous dissatisfaction from the Latino community over his failure to act on immigration, from single women and young people because of the economy, and even from some African Americans. And that, if it won't switch the votes, may well undermine the turnout in important and significant states. So you may really have a landslide. You may really have 10 seats that go Republican and none that go back to the Democratic Party. Now that's an extreme situation. I'm not sure that that's going to happen, and I do not predict it. But I think that it's something to watch as this election night unfolds. Now, as you watch the returns, the first thing to pay attention to is Kentucky and Georgia. Georgia was supposed to win by about 3, and Kentucky was supposed to win by about 6. If you begin to see a razor-thin race in either of those states, that's a trouble sign. Those are the first states that close. On the other hand, if you begin to see lopsided Republican margins, you know we'll be in for a happy night. You won't finally know what's happening until after midnight Eastern time, because that's when Alaska closes, and Alaska is probably going to be the takeaway. It may appear early in the evening that Louisiana and Georgia are not Republican wins, but are headed to runoffs. But don't worry, because I'm pretty sure that both states will end up Republican, even if they do lead to runoffs. Louisiana definitely will. Georgia may not. The Republican may win at the first round. Louisiana clearly will have a runoff, but every single poll shows us winning it, and by a fairly good-sized margin. Just that there's a strong third candidate there from the Tea Party. So have a good night. Thanks for watching, and let's huddle again tomorrow morning and pick up the pieces. Thanks.